Transformers!
Hello and welcome. Once again, Darth Wilkins here, back for another Transformers review. This time, as you can see, we're going to be looking at Transformers Classics Voyager Megatron. As you can see, here's a gun, going back to his G1 self. Unfortunately, it's not a realistic looking gun. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but since 1984 the American gun laws have changed in regards to selling guns and selling toy guns more specifically, and Hasbro have said this is the only way that they could have released a toy, a Megatron that was a gun, by making it, not look like a real gun and more of a pretend gun. Apparently it's a Nerf gun, but I don't really know what Nerf guns are. So yeah, this is it. It is definitely meant for kids. I don't have particularly big hands, and trying to fit my hand on the handle is a bit of a struggle. I have to sort of hold it lightly. But the trigger does move, and does have, as you can probably hear, a clicking noise. Almost has like a traditional pistol barrel molded into the sides of the gun, almost like you would push it out and then put the ammunition in. It does have a sight, as you can see. It does sort of work. If you look through it, you can see through the other side, but it's very green, very dark, and you can see a crosshair that's sort of molded in to the plastic there. Very bright colours. A lot of fans haven't really liked the colours, but like I said, this is the only way they could do it, and many fans have bought the Japanese only Henkai version, which is done in more sort of traditional G1 Megatron colours. So I'm quite happy with this. I think it's great that they've brought back Megatron as a gun. So to start the transformation, you simply open these parts. It is a bit of a shell former, as you can see. All these parts, bits and pieces all sort of jumbled in together. But there we go. First we're going to just take the scope up, and we're going to lift this part, swing it round, peg it in there, rotate the arm, push that in, and rotate this part and that down to form the torso and the arm. Rotate the hand out, and then we're going to plug this part into that side, rotate this around and down, open this part here, fold out the hand, and then you plug the scope into there, like that. And now for the legs, you take this part out here, turn it around, and rotate this whole part, and you see this big hole on the back, and you can't, there we go, big hole on the back, and big peg. It just clips into the back like that, and then all we do is straighten the legs out, push these bits up, shin guards, and then rotate the feet out and the heels, and then for the head, fold down the chest piece for a nice head reveal. And there we have Classics Megatron in robot mode. Just put it down to see his head. He does retain sort of the similar colours as before. Does have the big sort of black lower legs and chins, sort of going back to the G1 Megatron. And of course he has a big scope, but this time it's underslung under his arm rather than on the top or on the side, with a big Decepticon symbol, which is nice. So yeah, even though he does have brighter colours, he's still quite menacing, I feel. And he does have these big wings, which are a bit of a shame. But there's not much you can do about them, really. Let's have a look at his head. Yeah. So yeah, you can make out his head. He's got the typical bucket head shape and a big helmet. And as you can see, the light piping does work, even in this light. It's not particularly brilliant light, and it still works. And silver, disgruntled face. Looks really good. As for articulation, his shoulders, as you probably heard, on a ratchet joint. And go 360 degrees. Move out on a ratchet joint as well, away from the body. Elbow, again on a ratchet joint. Move, bend quite well. Doesn't have a waist joint. It does have a nice hip joint. Move out and all the way back and out from the body. Again on a ratchet, and his knees are also on a ratchet joint, as you can hear, and bend sort of at that angle, about 90 degrees. And they do turn just above the knee. His feet do move, but like you've seen, that's due to the transformation. And his head is on a ball joint. You can look down and up and turn his head side to side. That's a Voyager animated Megatron. So yeah, good size. Yeah. Here is Classics Optimus Prime. So if you see my other review, then you'll know that Prime is quite a lot smaller. It's got a good height over Prime. Here it is next to animated Optimus Prime. And as you can see, they're about the same. So overall, I think this is, other than a masterpiece, Megatron, this is probably the best Megatron in gun form that we've, well, this has only been the second one, so it's a real pleasure to have Megatron back as a gun in his Ultimo form. It's not ideal, you know, it's not a realistic looking gun, but for £20 or $20, you know, it's a pretty good compromise, I think. But overall, I think he's a really good toy. Really nice little figure to have in your collection, especially with the later classics coming out. I think he's definitely one you should get to put with them. So yeah, quite recommended, I think. That's my verdict on it. Right, so this is Darth Wilkins over and when you're caught within the grip of the evil Megatron transformer.